Hey, Bodie D'Andrea here on Reestablishment. I got to ask you a question. If you've been listening to us for a while, have you ever really stopped to listen to our music? It was constructed in a way, it's got my voice in the background, some overlays, kind of talks about my career in law enforcement, first responder. But if you ever paid attention, Derek Williams made it, created it just for this. Try to listen to the words and pick it out. I think it's kind of cool. But welcome back. We're happy to have you here. Today I've got a special guest, and it's one of my favorite topics, only because it's one of the things I think no matter your whole life, you never really arrive. You can strive your entire life at this topic and never really feel complete, which I think is good, and that is fitness. What is your fitness? Like we say in the South, are you a couch tater? Are you somebody that is into CrossFit, or are you a world-class athlete? No matter where you're at in that level, what we want to do is encourage you to take it up a notch. With me today, Takara Doby, and she is the fitness face of CTN, and she is the resident expert, fitness expert for CTN. She is also the producer of a couple programs, CrossFlex, Cross Youth, Choices, and a program called Real Life, which has been on CTN before, took a hiatus. They're bringing it back. So excited. Takara, I'm so happy to have you.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Wow, so much there to hit out right off the bat. When I first met you, we had such a good time talking, kind of getting to know each other, that we actually we got shut down.
We did get shut down. She's got to go.
You guys got to get back to your own corners and get back to work, because we just both have a love for a lot of the same things. Yes. I started my fitness journey in high school, and I was in study hall, and I saw Muscle and Fitness with Arnold Schwarzenegger on the rack. And I finished all of my homework, and I'm like, I want to see that. And that kind of started my fitness journey. Now, I was already into martial arts and had done Pee-wee football. So it wasn't that I wasn't doing things, but I really wanted to learn more about fitness, nutrition, things of that nature. And it's really kind of been with me my whole life. In law enforcement, fitness you have to do certain things to be able to do your job. It could mean the difference between life and death. Sure. For some folks, to be able to climb over a fence with 25 pounds of gear, to rescue somebody from a burning car, whatever it takes. And so for me, it was always occupational fitness, but I always enjoy it. I was asked last week, how do I kind of get rid of some stress? How do I stress shed? Mm-hmm. It's in the gym. Sometimes it may even just be a brisk walk, because I know if I'm going to do a run, then I'm probably not focusing on relaxing the stress. Sorry. But on a brisk walk, I get my breathing right. Sorry. And so for me, that's what I do. But that's one of the things we have in common. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to talk to you. Tell us a little bit about your background. Sorry. And how you got to this point.
Before we get there, I just want to comment on a few things. It's funny because I feel like when you're young and you're active, that kind of carries over into your adult life a lot of the times, especially if you have a love for it. So like for you, it was martial arts. And for me, it was like softball and competitive cheerleading and all of the things. So when I got to my adult life, it was just natural for me to be active, which is really kind of cool.
I think for me too. And I think one thing about this is, like you said, both as young people, we run organized sports, which is good for other things too, discipline and teamwork and all the other things. But when we talk about this in your adult life, typically you shed those. Like, unless you become a high-end athlete, and you worked with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for several years, once you get to that level, but most people don't. So high school, college may be the end of organized sports. Yeah. They may play for like a church softball league or something, which I did for a few years, but it's almost like You compete against yourself.
Yeah, because you're in the real world and you've got responsibilities.
Yeah.
Yeah. So taking
you
that.
got to that, got into the adulthood.
Yes.
And you've actually turned it into something cool. I really like your bus.
Thank you.
Can you talk about that real quick?
Yes.
We'll back up again, but
my bus is my pride and joy. It's funny because it's not my primary source of income by any means. It's actually more of an expense than anything. But the bus is my primary source of income because it allows for relief for so many people. Not to mention it also allows for those who may not have to be able to work out, to provide them with an outlet. So the bus is literally, we took a shuttle bus from Texas streets and we turned it into a gym facility on wheels. We use the inside of the bus. We use the outside of the bus. We can make about 12 different stations on the bus. 20 is a max using all of the bus, but then there's more personal trainers that are required to make sure everybody's doing well.
And for safety.
Yeah, and for safety purposes, right. So, but yeah, we use inside, we use outside. We've got everything, every modality you could possibly imagine.
When I heard about it, I'm like, this is so cool. Because, well, here's why. You could go to, let's say, maybe a mobile home park and do something for the elderly. You can go to something for kids, like a summer program or after school program, and tailor it just for kids. Right. You could do some CrossFit stuff with it. Absolutely. For people that are a little higher level. Yeah. So I like the concept of being able to take a gym on wheels and using it wherever people are. And I think it's a good way to bring different modalities to people that may just be in a routine or in a rut. And you say, well, have you thought about doing this?
And we've heard a lot of that because we've got the battle ropes
to the bumper.
Yeah, we got battle ropes on the front. We've got, TRX on the side. We've got cables that we work with. We've got a boxing bag in there. We've got dumbbells. We've got rebounders. So, yes, you're absolutely right. And a lot of people that haven't worked with other things other than the typical modalities like your dumbbells or your kettlebells.
Which will never go away.
Right. Will never go away. But they get to work with like other things, medicine balls and battle ropes and all of things.
The other thing that's important too is I think a lot of people lump fitness into one category. Mm-hmm. In every stage of life, and now that I'm getting older, I've entered in a different stage, that every stage of life you have different needs, whether it be nutritional, whether it be musculature, whether it be bone health, whether it be different types of minerals or vitamins or whatever. Yeah. And so I think it's important that, those that are listening to us today, that wherever you're at, you need to get somebody that's competent for that area of your life. Yeah. And men and women are totally different. I will never go through menopause. So those needs and brittle bones typically don't hit the men as they do women. Yeah. And so I think it's important that people get the fitness for where they're at and then take that to where they want to go.
And that's one of my passions. So the bus allows me to work with youth. We're about to start working with people with Parkinson's. So that's a lot of fun.
Nice. There's some new research on Parkinson's that has just come out. There's some stuff still in testing that I'm not qualified to talk about it. But from what I've heard and read, it's amazing.
Yeah, and that physical fitness with the research that they're doing is just, it's helping. It really is. So I'm excited to start doing that. But we're going to start working with people with Parkinson's. But in my own personal training, my joy is really training seniors. And I have clients of all ages I've had from 15 all the way up to, I think my eldest client was 72. Wow. But right now, a lot of my clients range in that, upper 40s to 68-ish, and their needs are all different. But one of the things that I love is that something as simple as a vibration plate can help with their bone.
I bought my wife one recently. Yeah, she wanted one, and so I got one for her for Mother's Day. Mm-hmm. Because I always get in trouble when I buy kitchen utensils and vacuums. She's like, I don't want that for Mother's Day. And flowers don't last. So I got her one, and she loves it.
It's so great. And
You know,
there's
one of
so
the
many
things years
different
ago, I was in a conference, and it was for first responders. And these two women took the stage. It was a breakout session, and they said, we're going to take you through a chair workout. So if you work behind the desk, we're going to show you how to get a full workout. And they took this ballroom of like 400 people, and they put us through a 30-minute workout just using our chair. Yeah. And it was really good. I never forgot that. Yeah. And so I try to remind myself, if I get stuck being a desk jockey for a day, and I'm thinking, okay, or even on an airplane, where you got to flex the feet and work the
I'm the worst on the plane. I am the worst.
Yeah, I am
like
too.
I literally am up, I'm down, I'm in the back doing stretches, I'm doing lunges. My husband will be like, I need you to come sit down, honey. Like you've gotten in your work, but I'm a busybody on the plane.
You know what's interesting too, because if people that tune in on this podcast may not know you, but I'm going to divulge, if you ever get to see any of her videos from her Facebook post or some other things, she's a stinking animal when it comes to working out. I have seen her do some crazy stuff, from weird planks to push-ups to and it's almost like it's like doing rap with working out, where your movement is so fast.
Yeah.
It's like talking fast like a rap. So don't let her fool you about just working. And no, she's an animal when she gets out there, which is great.
I have a lot of fun, and it's the thing about my brain, and I think that God created it exactly the way that it should be, is because I tend to get bored.
Yeah.
And so it's like, well, what could I do with this piece of equipment if I only had this piece of equipment? Yeah. So then I get inventive, and it gets intense, and it gets fun.
I can't stand still either. So I'm always looking for ways. I don't have the energy that I did when I was younger to do some of that. So I do what I can, and I try to get it together. A lot of it's mental. Yeah. There's a huge mental component to it. But I just want the people today tuning into this podcast, no matter where you are, and I use the analogy of, you don't become a millionaire overnight. You may be a 100-aire. If you're a 100-aire, become a 1,000-aire. If you're a 1,000-aire, become a 100,000-aire till you work your way up. Same thing with fitness. If all you can do is squeeze your fist, maybe you're in a hospital bed and that's all you're allowed to do, or to do calf raises, or just stretch, like you said, to work those things out as you get older. It's the tendons and joints that give us the problems.
Yeah, and range of motion is really important as you get older.
Range of motion is huge. And so we just want people, wherever you're at, to take it to the next level. Sure. You and your doctor or your fitness coach are the ones that can do that. And we want to inspire you. Reestablishment is going back to the basics, and we want to inspire you to be better than you thought you could be, or better than where you are today. And one of the things I hear all the time is, I've never been good at that. Well, that's a weakness that you probably need to explore. Yeah. If you've said, I've never been good at this, what have you done to try to be better? Or are you just okay with saying, I've never been good at it?
I've got a client, actually, who I took a step over to her house, and she goes, I'm afraid of heights. I can't do this. And I said, okay. I said, that's okay. I understand that you're afraid of heights. What we're going to do is we're going to put a chair here, and you're going to hold on to this chair as you step up onto this step. And it's baby steps. It's your mind and being mentally strong. Can I overcome this? Or am I just going to say that I'm afraid and not try? By me giving her that chair to hold on to, she started to try. Within the next week or two, she was doing it without a chair. And it was just a mental block that was like, I'm afraid of doing this. Yeah. But as soon as we put that chair there and she did them repetitively with the chair, it was like, okay, we can move the chair. I think I'm going to be okay. So it's just taking that step to try to do something without your mind stopping you from taking that initial step.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Sure. Because I believe qualifications are very important. Sure. There's so much information out there on the internet and on social media that is harmful, especially when we're talking fitness. Everybody's trying to get a click, make a buck or whatever. Sure. And it's very important that people may see something that looks good and they're like, I think I'll go and try that. If somebody wants to start a fitness journey, or maybe they want to get back into fitness, where's a good place to go, or what credentials should they look for?
Sure. So there's a few things to answer that question. First off, you have to realize that not all body types are the same. Nobody's made the same. God made us unique. Each one of us are unique. So to just see something on the internet and say, I'm going to go try this, I want to do this, is not the most intelligent decision. The second thing that I want to say is make sure that you listen to your body. Our bodies are all intuitive, and they are fearfully and wonderfully made. And so if your body's telling you something's wrong, don't keep pushing through that. But the next step is really to get with a professional. NASM, CSCS, all of those are really, really good certifications. And so to start with a professional who's going to help you through, who's going to really look at your form, because if we're injured, we won't reach our goals. And then we're going to be even more defeated than when we started. So the goal is to not ever become injured. The goal is to stay healthy so that we can reach that next level. So definitely starting with a fitness professional.
That's good. That's really good. I know years ago I had a chance to go to the Cooper Clinic to get a certification, and unfortunately I was unable to go due to a scheduling conflict.
Sure.
But that is a really good one too.
Yeah.
Just to help people just know the basic fitness, whether it just be stretching, calisthenics, whatever.
Yeah.
And you don't need a lot of equipment. A good set of stretch bands can go a long way.
Yep, I love resistance bands.
Yeah, I know. When I travel, I throw them in my suitcase, and a lot of times in my hotel room, I will hold a chair up straight out to get my shoulders working.
Sure.
Or I'll use the stretch bands, or do decline push-ups or something.
So the first, actually, a couple episodes of CrossFlex, we were able to introduce some equipment that was cost-effective, really lightweight, that you can travel with. And my favorites to use are resistance bands and sliders. They pack really, really easily. And with the resistance bands, obviously, if you're brand new to fitness, then just pulling a band 10 times in a row, you're going to feel the work. Yeah. And so there's some really great things that we've done in order to get you started too.
Nice. I want to go now to, this is great, and we want everybody to be better than what they are today.
Sure.
But that's just doing something.
Yeah.
Where does the love for this come from?
I think it comes truthfully from the fact that I feel, and I know this is going to sound crazy, but I feel the closest to God, to my Savior, when I'm working out. I think that for me, it clears my head. And so I work out to worship music. I'm usually in nature or outside on my patio doing a workout, and it allows me to feel clear. But if you look at the scientific side of that, we're releasing dopamine every single time we move our bodies. Yeah. I think that was something that God just created innately in us. Like, if you do something healthy for yourself, if you do something that's good for yourself, then you're going to get this positive feeling of just, happiness.
But this
joy.
passion has actually become your ministry.
Yes, 100%.
You're actually a minister, and it's cool because you can go places and do things without standing in a pulpit in a church on Sunday. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Yeah. But there are some people that just won't do that.
Right.
They're not at that place in their life to worship God in a church. And so you can reach them where they're at.
And that's the nice part of it.
How did this all begin for you?
Sure. So honestly, I stem from a domestic violence relationship within the gym, and didn't think I was going to be able to go back. I loved running, and I could run for days, and it was great. But then just felt the call of God on my life, and other people in the community saying, okay, what do we do now? Where are we going to go from here? Yeah. How are we going to work out? And I'm like, I'm not a personal trainer. That's not what I do. I'm in broadcast. I'm in sales and marketing. Like, that's what I do. And so I think that was just God preparing my heart to enter a fitness ministry. And He's blessed me, truthfully. So back in 2016, I had my son. By 2018, or 2017, I made the transition to being a personal trainer with Crunch Fitness. And shortly after that, I became a manager at Crunch. And then God kind of tapped me on the shoulder and said, we don't stop here. It has to be a complete redemption. And I say that because my personal fitness journey started in a very dark place. Yeah. And so to come back full circle 360, where I'm literally doing it to his glory. We are working out to Christian music. We are working out to the gospel. It's scripture based. That whole aspect of it came at a conference, and it was like a burning inside of me. Like, I got to do this. I got to do this. I can't just shut this voice up, because I've also made a promise that whatever God puts on my heart, that's the direction I'm walking in.
Well, you're actually really doing a holistic thing. And really now, if you look, holistic anything is kind of the I don't want to say fad, but it's where our culture's going. Sure. So more people are getting off of drugs and prescriptions and going back to holistic medicine. You're taking the whole body, whether it be nutrition, whether it be exercise, whether it be in your head, your spirit, your mind, and you're using a holistic approach to fitness, and I love it. I think the other thing about your story that I really like is that, like you said, you started in a dark place. You didn't just overcome that, but you gave that a black eye moving forward. And you used that to propel you, because of God in your life, to propel you to use that weakness into a really, really good strength. Yeah. And I like where you're at. I like what you're doing.
Such a blessing.
So excited. We're going to be talking about some more things and ways to utilize you. But let me ask you this. How can people find you?
Oh, okay. So crossflextv.com. Okay. That's one of the ways. And we've got a ton of videos there. Really excited about that. But then I am also on Instagram, Facebook. You can look at CrossFlex TV, or you can look at TD Fit Coach, or you can look at Faith-Based Training. There's a lot. And if you're looking for the bus, it's Faith-Based Fitness Bus, Inc.
Faith-Based Fitness Bus, Inc. Mm-hmm. Got it.
That's our nonprofit. So we're excited. We're excited to keep expanding and keep doing kingdom work through fitness.
Very good. It's been so good to have you. I've wanted to have you on my podcast for a while. And we just scratched the surface. But again, if we can just get people to do a little bit more than what they've done, then we've accomplished something.
Absolutely.
And so I encourage each and every person today to be more fit, and to stay with it. If you miss a day, it's okay. If you miss a week, it's okay. This is a lifetime journey. Like we said, we started young, and for me, it was more occupational to continue it through, because my last organized sports was really college when I played basketball. But, we just want to keep people moving and growing, good holistic music, and it does. It changes your life.
Bodie, one thing that you said is that we want to make people a little bit better than they were to start. So one of my biggest things with my clients is I always tell them to push 2 reps past where they think they can't go. And if you push past those 2 reps and you keep doing that consistently, then you'll be able to accomplish those 2 reps. It'll be really easy. And then you push past another 2 reps. That's a super, super simple way to get started and keep growing. Now, obviously, we change the exercise. We get more exciting with different things. But a basic tip from today on is if you can get 2 reps past, that's the goal, then you're doing better than you were yesterday.
Yeah, I like that. And, even for like stay-at-home moms, God forbid you ever have to use CPR. Yeah. But if you do CPR correctly, it will wear you out.
It's a workout.
And there's just a whole lot of things that it's just good for you all the way around. So good information. It's good to have you. We'll have you back another time. But we want everybody to please do what you can for self-improvement and carry that over to your soul. We want your soul to be closer to God. We want you to be that all you've designed and been created to be by God and in Him. So today, we just want to encourage you, a feel-good day. Don't beat yourself up. Go out, move, and do your best for the glory of God. We'll see you next time on Reestablishment.
Raise your hand. Re-establishment, leave not incomplete. Let's talk.
Attention, listeners. We're excited to introduce an incredible Christian artist who has truly captured our hearts here at Re-establishment. Meet Larry Cole. Inspired by the Holy Spirit, Larry brings his amazing talents to life through canvas, metal, wood, and digital media. Discover a stunning array of unique and original creations that will inspire your spirit. Visit Larry's website at larry-cole.pixels.com to explore his vast selection of artwork. Don't miss out on these beautiful pieces that celebrate faith and creativity. That's larry-cole.pixels.com. Check it out today.